Hello, I'm Bookface, and I'm trying to ride the high of Halloween until I can fully jump into the holly jolly cheer of Christmas, which is to say, it's November, and I'm bored. So while we're in a bit of holiday limbo for a month, why not do something simple and stupid, and return to lumberjack folklore?
I always come back, partner.
Hey, get out of here. No one likes that bit. Also, why are your eyes glowing now? So let's talk about a weird creature to haunt your uncomfortably cold nightmares. That out of the way, let's jump right in. Woo!
No, not the beast! Not the beast!
Today we're talking about some wacky wintry wasps known as the ice hornets. Also, yes, for the bit, I looked it up. Hornets are in fact a type of wasp. Science time! So the ice hornets are obscure among the obscure, being from lumberjack folklore, but also being exclusive to Maine, with this being the only resource I could find. And I looked for an annoying amount of time. They have the pseudo-scientific name Vespula glacialis, which when plugged into my complex linguistic software,
se convirtió en un pepinillo.
Le pipi est stocké dans les boules.
And translated from Latin,
Estic iocus ridiculum.
this gives us ice wasp. Honestly, not sure what I was expecting here, but it definitely wasn't accuracy. These giant, ill-tempered, icy insects are described as having a light coloration to serve as camouflage in the snow, as well as extremely barbed stingers that hold huge amounts of venom.
The hornets in their dogs.
Now, these polar pests were mostly dangerous to ice fishermen. You see, sometimes when a fisherman would drill a hole into the ice, they'd unintentionally hit a nest of these bad boys. Of course, since most anyone would be grumpy after having what's basically an entire wrecking crew tear through their house, this almost always causes the ice hornets to, somewhat justifiably, swarm. And aside from these accidental encounters, these things are really hard to find, and outside of winter are pretty much impossible to locate. No idea where they go. Maybe they fly north for the summer.
Comedy Gold!
So if you're stung by one of these things, then the only way to remove the stinger is with blackberry brandy. Another lumberjack folklore creature that actively justifies having alcohol on hand 24/7. What an interesting coincidence. One notable way to escape this snowy swarm of stabby stingers is to dive into the water. You know, that isn't completely frozen over. You might end up with another issue worse than the wasps if you dive into freezing cold water, namely death. Which just kind of outweighs hornet stings. I mean, I guess they have a lot of venom, but doesn't say in my source that they're deadly. Then again, I only have one source, so I don't know, it could be super painful, could be deadly, could just, maybe it's brandy. Plot twist, the ice hornet's sting doesn't actually hurt, it just makes you really high. Oh no, I've found a swarm of ice hornets. It's about to be lit. But for those being attacked who don't want to suffer from hypothermia and are willing to pull a bit of an Ozzy Osbug, they're advised to catch several of the hornets and bite their heads off to send a message to the rest of the hornets. Okay, this sounds like one of my stupid, tacked-on jokes, but no, it isn't. It honestly says all that in my resource. Even the part about sending a message. This book is one page short of advising you to T-pose at the hornets to assert your dominance. And there we've got some really weird bugs. I've said it once and I'll say it again. I love weird myths. I love the myths that are so ridiculously weird, it makes you seriously wonder who in the world could make this stuff up. This topic was voted for on my Patreon. If you want to say in what video I do next, consider joining for as little as $1 a month. I've also been posting some of my drawings there, and some of the little extra things I use in videos, like my weird one-off jokes that show up for like half a second. Yeah, like that guy. I'd also really appreciate it, and it would support me to make even more stupid stuff like this, so have that on your conscience. And with that, I'll see you next time. Bye!